everyone, my name is Chelsea and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are doing December's TBR to be rolled. I can't believe we're actually doing December's stuff right now. It does not feel like it's been almost exactly a year since I started doing this TBR game, but apparently it has. So yeah, welcome back if you've been following me for any amount of time doing this TBR game, because it has been almost exactly a year now. Or welcome to my channel if you're new here. I do have all of the rules and everything in my January video from the beginning of this year. And I think we might mix up the rules a little bit next month, like when we're going into year 2 of doing this game. But for right now, this is a TBR game that I do using my 3-year-old son's colorful die. This is like a toddler game with cards. And so that's basically what I do here. I have this die that we throw. We do 5 throws here, and each color corresponds to a different way of me picking my TBR. Red is for like who is going to pick my TBR. Orange is for a TBR bucket, because yes, I have enough TBR books to fit in a bucket instead of a jar. Yellow are related to prompts for like age grouping of book, genre of book, and format of book. We also have green, which is more cards, but these are prompts for challenges, like for a TBR veteran, or for a certain number of pages, or for like randomizing my TBR on Goodreads, that kind of stuff. We also have blue, which is a poll pick. That is where I pick between like 2 to 4 books for you guys to pick for me. And then currently purple is a wild card. If purple pops up, I have to pick any other color to do. So we are going to be rolling this, obviously, but I also wanted to check in for November. So I was doing 2 different readathons in November. One was the 30 and 30 manga challenge. I will tell you right now, I have failed that. We still have time in November. Like, I'm filming this a little bit early. This video is going up on Thanksgiving, so we still have time in the month. But I've only read 7 things, and it's like almost the 20th when I'm filming this. It's just been so much harder to read this month than I really thought. So I'm going to be trying to attempt more manga, but it has not gone the way that I thought. And then also I'm doing the Clear Your Shit readathon, which is actually from November through December. So we still have time in the readathon for that. I'm also following behind in that one, but not, I feel, as bad as the manga one, mostly because I feel like I can catch up, because the prompts that we've gotten so far, we've been getting about like 3 prompts a week, and you're supposed to read them in order. I guess you really don't have to, but like that's what I'm trying to do because it follows like a story. The ones that I've picked for the next like 3 prompts that have shown up are short reads. So if I can finish the book I'm currently reading, which I'm reading physically, and it's like so much harder to read a physical book with an infant and a toddler than an ebook. If I can finish that physical book though, I can like get on top of it. So I feel like I can do this. I just need to like catch up. We shall see. But yeah, so I don't fully know all of the prompts that are going to be coming out for December for the Clear Your Shit readathon. I know some of them because we did get the prompts early, but there are some secret prompts. I don't know exactly how many prompts we have left in November either. So we'll see. I'm trying to also mood read the Clear Your Shit readathon. Like, I have some books that I'm picking for this game, obviously. But as the Clear Your Shit prompts pop up, that's when I'm trying to pick books for them. So I'm not trying to pre-fill those slots. I'm trying to do it as we go. So that's housekeeping for that. But we do also need to talk about the books that I was supposed to read in November. So we had 5 rolls, obviously. I have finished The Dead Romantics, which was a poll pick for you guys. I have also finished The House in the Cerulean Sea, which was a friend pick. I'm currently in the middle of Sorcery of Thorns, which is a Presley pick. And then I had 2 more left. I also have In an Absent Dream, which was a poll pick for you guys. And I have it currently on my TBR for the Clear Your Shit readathon as one of the shorter books, because it's a novella, obviously. So as long as I can finish the physical book, Sorcery of Thorns, I can get to that one this month. So I'm really, really hoping. And then the other one that I have was Hexed. It's an omnibus edition of a comic series, because there is a prompt for the Clear Your Shit Readathon of reading like one of the biggest books on your TBR. I have not had that prompt come up yet, and I don't know if it's actually going to happen by the end of November, so that one might get pushed to December because I still want to read it and I'm going to use it for that prompt because I know I need to do that. Otherwise I'll be reading The Stand and that's not happening. So I think instead, because the prompt that that book came up for was comic or graphic novel, I have a comic or graphic novel on my TBR if I can finish Sorcery of Thorns. I'm planning on reading Rat Queens Volume 4, so again, as long as I can finish Sorcery of Thorns, I will finish that prompt for this video as well, because that was the card we picked. We picked comic or graphic novel. So I'm not fully finished with everything for this month, but I'm on the way to finishing everything. So fingers crossed, if I finish Sorcery of Thorns, I will finish everything else that I need to read for this month. So that being said, I think that's everything for November. We're gonna go into our rolls. We're gonna roll 5 times, and I'm gonna pick books based on that. I don't guarantee that they're going to be based on the prompts for Clear Your Shit, just because of the fact that, like, I don't really know what I'm going to read for those yet. However, I don't think I mentioned in this video, but I definitely did last time, the Clear Your Shit Readathon is for reading books already on your TBR. So everything that I'm picking for this readathon are from my TBR, either physically or ebooks. So like we're getting things cleared out of TBRs. That's the whole point. So yeah, I guess we'll jump right into the rolls. Ready? Roll number
1.
Oh, what color?
Red.
Red! Okay, and so for roll number 1, we had a red. That means we need to figure out who is going to pick a book. That is obviously not me. So I do have cards for this. It could mean that Presley's gonna pick a book, or a friend's gonna pick a book, or my husband, or a viewer even. So let me grab those cards. Presley is actually right down here. He'll probably pick out a card for us, and then we'll see who gets to pick a book. So these are the red cards right here. We're gonna shuffle, 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 shuffle. Okay.
Red cards.
Red cards. So you are gonna have to pick. I guess I will have to hold him up for the camera because I'm standing right now. So come here. Here we go. Here's our cards. Red cards.
Red cards.
Which one? You gonna show the camera?
Yep.
What do we get? A friend pick. Okay. Okay. So we got friend pick. I'm not complaining about my friend from last time at all. Stevie, love you 100%. But when I did a friend pick last time, I sent out a text message and it took until like that night for me to figure out what book I was reading. So instead, I'm going to be twisting the rules around a little bit. I have my younger sister. She's currently living with me now, and so I'm going to actually have her pick out a book for me. So we're going to travel all the way over here. Please forgive all of my probably random camera angles and everything. So this is probably good enough. There's a cat in the way. Physically can't put the tripod down. There we go. Okay, so this is the TBR shelf. It goes above where you guys can see and below where you guys can see. There's not really a prompt for you, so you get to literally pick whatever you want for me to read. I will just tell you, top to here is adult, here down is young adult. Also, for you, just off camera, there are middle grade TBR and mass market sized TBR over here. So these 2 shelves as well. But otherwise, 100% up to you. You can pick based on cover, you can read the back, you can do whatever you want, and I'm supposed to read it in December. So yeah. That one? Okay. by Britta London. I don't know much about this one except for I picked it up a few years ago. It is about Comic-Con, like a convention. I don't know if it's LGBTQ or not. It looks like somebody at least is supposed to be gay, potentially. LGBTQ. I don't know. I've had this on my shelves for a while, mostly because I love Comic-Con and conventions and stuff like that, but also like I just love the fact that like the naked hardcover is so interesting. It is a YA contemporary, which is not necessarily my genre, but I have had it on my shelves for a reason, so this is our first pick. Now roll number 2. Ready? What color? Blue. Okay, so roll number 2 was blue. That means we are going to do a poll pick. I'm going to pick some books based on an arbitrary system I'm going to create right now, and you guys will pick it out for me. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to pick books. I have 2 here. Again, sort of arbitrary reasons why. I like them to connect in some way, so there's a reason why I'm picking it. So these are books that I have or will have a physical copy of, but I also have an ARC that I didn't read because I'm bad. So the first one I have here is Wild as the Witch by Rachel Griffin. I absolutely loved The Nature of Witches that I read last year, and so when this came up on NetGalley as an ARC, I was like, yes, 100%, I need to read it. However, it came out around the time I had my daughter, and I got busy and reading flew out the window. But I also needed the physical copy because the first printing of these books by this author are gorgeous under the dust jacket, and I needed it because then it will match my original one, not original one, the first one, Nature of Witches. So yeah, this is a YA witchy book. I don't think it's a sequel or even companion to the first book, but they are both witchy in some way. And like I said, I really liked the first one, and so yeah, this is a book that I have an ARC, so I technically could read it as an ebook, or I have the physical edition. The next book I'm picking, the book is not here yet, but I did get an email from Illumicrate saying it's on its way, and that's going to be Ocean's Echo by Everina Maxwell. I have an ARC of this. I mentioned it, I think, in November's video because I was really hoping to get to it. Did not happen. Came out on November 1st, so I'm not that far behind on that one. But I also pre-ordered the really pretty Illumicrate edition because I have Winter's Orbit in the pretty Illumicrate edition, and I need Ocean's Echo to match. Now that I'm speaking, I don't know if I said Ocean's Echo or Winter's Orbit earlier. Ocean's Echo is the book I need to read. So yeah, so this is an adult sci-fi with some romance sort of thing. I don't know if this one's going to have a mystery thriller aspect like Winter's Orbit did, but so far Winter's Orbit is my favorite book of the year. So yeah, those are the 2 books you get to pick from. They were both books I had as ARCs for this year and did not get to, but now I have physical editions either here or coming, and so I would like to get to them. I will leave the polls on Twitter and Instagram for about 24 hours. If you miss that window or if you can't do voting there, leave the comment down below. I do count those as well. So those are your options for the poll. Okay, ready?
Yeah!
Roll number 3. Oh, what color? Blue. Okay, roll number 3 was also blue. So again, I'm gonna pick a couple books. I think I already have stuff in mind for this, but I'm gonna double check. And again, let you guys vote on the poll pick. Okay, yes. So for this one, I'm gonna be picking a couple things that are on my Kindle or ebook TBR that I keep forgetting that I actually have on there, because I'm pretty sure one of the prompts is something about like an older book on your TBR or a book that you keep forgetting about for the Clear Your Shit Readathon. So the 2 options that I have, one is Felix Ever After by Case and Calendar. This is something that I have been meaning to read, and each time I see people talk about it or haul it or it shows up on like Bookstagram, I'm like, oh, I need to read that, but I don't own it. I do. It's an ebook. So I definitely want to read this. I do believe this one is going to be LGBTQ, about a trans boy. I don't know anything else about it. I've heard many good things when it first came out, and it's just one of those ones that I keep forgetting I do actually own. And then the other one is The Fever King by Victoria Lee. I read a book by Victoria Lee last year. Can't remember off the top of my head which one it was, especially since I got rid of the edition because I didn't like that edition. I liked the original one better and I just haven't picked it up yet. But The Fever King was like one of their first books. I have a friend who absolutely loved it when it came out. And again, I think when it came out, there was a sale on the ebook and I bought it, but it's an ebook and I keep forgetting that I have it. So yeah, I don't know much else about that one. I think it's also like a webtoon or something like that. There is going to be more fantasy or sci-fi-ish elements in that one than Felix Ever After, obviously, but they are both things that I have on ebook that I keep forgetting about. So again, Twitter and Instagram for about 24 hours. You guys can vote there or down in the comments below. And I need to read them, obviously. So pick your favorite. Roll number 4. Oh, what color? Can we see it? What color?
Yellow.
Yellow. Okay, so roll number 4 is a yellow, which means we're going to pick yellow cards. These are going to give us prompts based on age group or genre or format of book. Let's see. Mommy's going to shuffle the yellow cards.
Yeah.
Presley's here. I'm going to help pick him up so he can choose again. I'm trying not to look. I have like the TBR stuff facing towards me. Shuffling as best as I can because he almost always picks the card that's right on top, facing him, whatever way it is. So I think I'm going to cut the deck like one more time. There we go. Okay, Presley, come hither.
Come hither.
You're silly. Okay, so now I'm going to put these cards splayed out, but he's probably going to pick the top one. We'll see. Which one do you think Mommy should do? The top one. Okay, grab it. Oh, that's actually 2 cards. Can you pick one of those? Which one? That one? Okay. Okay, show the camera. A romance. Romance. Good job. Okay, I mean, I love romance. I definitely have some on my TBR, so let me grab one. Okay, so I'm picking a romance that I definitely have been meaning to get to. It actually was one of the poll picks for last time that did not get picked because the Dead Romantics got picked. But also I've been seeing my friend Olivia Savannah from Olivia's Catastrophe reading this currently, like on her Instagram stories. I think she just finished it last night as of today when I'm filming it, and she loved it, so I need to read it as well. It's going to be Take a Hint, Danny Brown by Talia Hibbert. I read Chloe Brown a couple years ago now. Absolutely loved it. So much so that I got the pretty Illumicrate editions. Like, this is a hardcover book, and I just haven't picked them up again. I actually want to say this one's been in a couple poll picks this year and just hasn't gotten picked. So apparently I need to pick it for myself. So since I have to read a romance, this is the one that I'm picking. I don't know too much about it, except for I believe most of Talia Hibbert's books have some sort of disability aspect or mental health aspect, and so I am definitely looking forward to this one. Okay. Oh, get it. Okay, last one. Roll number 5. Oh, what color is that? Orange. And then finally, roll number 5, we got an orange. This is probably my least favorite spot on the entire ball because it is a completely random TBR bucket pick. But also I haven't updated the bucket in like half a year. I did, I think, take out some of the ones that I got rid of from the unhaul video I did most recently. So like, I shouldn't have a bunch of things that I need to like pull out and be like, oh, I don't own that book anymore. Let's pick another one. But that also does mean for sure there are quite a few books on my TBR that are not written down or in that TBR bucket. So yeah, it's not going to be like 100% random. It's going to be some of the older books on my TBR, which might be a good thing. I will definitely have to update the TBR bucket before we do January's video for this next year. But let me go grab it. This is the TBR bucket. Like I said, I have so many TBR books. I needed a bucket. And also, like I said, I don't have everything in here. But this is what we're gonna do. We got orange. We're gonna do a TBR bucket. I'm gonna take the lid off. Let's see what we get. Okay, I got a paper. Got 2 papers. Here we go. Okay, Beneath the Citadel by Destiny Soria. Okay, so we have Beneath the Citadel by Destiny Soria. This is a book that I have had for forever because this is an unplugged book box book, but like back when they actually were doing cards, papers, in their books. Can we even see this? Is it gonna focus? So you read this after you finish the book. This was like the first few months that they were doing things like this with the like envelopes and letters and stuff for after you read the book. I've had it for that long. I don't think I have very many other unplugged book box books on my shelf that have not been read because some of them were just not my thing, and then some of them I've read already. The reason I kept this one is because there's supposed to be an asexual or aromantic, somewhere on those spectrums, character in here. I believe it is asexual in some way, shape, or form. Because this is a book that shows up on lists during ACE week, and I am demisexual, which is part of that ACE umbrella, and I've always just been curious to read more books with ACE characters. So yeah, I've had this one for a while and I just haven't gotten to it. This is a YA fantasy, I am pretty sure. Deep beneath the citadel, the executioner was awaiting. Okay. 4 people were supposed to die at sunrise. The 4 members of the council sat in the judgment hall, prepared to declare the prisoner's fate. The High Chancellor himself oversaw the proceedings, as was customary in trials for treason. In a city governed by prophecies, can 4 powerful friends rewrite fate? So, yeah, I guess it's potentially a fantasy because there's prophecies and stuff. I don't know much else about it, except for there is supposed to be a character who is asexual, and that was the whole reason I have kept it for so long, because I do want to read more like that. So this was a pretty good TBR bucket pick. And then that is going to be everything. So we do have those 2 poll picks and quite a lot more physical books than I really would like, but at the same time, you know, that's fine. One of the poll picks I have physical options or ebook options, so that'll work. And we're trying to clear out the TBR a little bit anyway. We'll see how it goes. But that is going to be everything for today. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up to let me know. Subscribe to this channel if you'd like to see more videos. I currently have videos coming out on Thursdays, so I will see you then. Bye!